The Galactic Council's Dilemma. The Galactic Council chambers buzzed with an energy that could only be described as barely contained panic. Representatives from 1,000 worlds shifted nervously in their seats, appendages trembling as they clutched data pads and fiddled with universal translators. The air was thick with a cocktail of pheromones that would have made any human wrinkle their nose in disgust, if humans had been allowed in the chambers, that is. At the center of the vast amphitheater stood High Counselor Zixnek, her crystalline form glittering under harsh lights. She raised all four of her arms in a desperate attempt to bring order to the chaos. "Esteemed colleagues," she wobbled, her voice cracking under strain, "I implore you to settle down so that we may address this unprecedented situation." A derisive snort echoed through the chamber, followed by a gravelly voice dripping with sarcasm. "Oh yes, let's all calm down and have a nice civilized chat about the impending doom of the entire galaxy. Anyone fancy a cup of Turk's tea while we're at it?" All eyes and various other sensory organs turned toward the source of interruption. Ambassador Krog of the Soren Imperium slouched in his seat, his scaled hide a mottled pattern reflecting stress-induced color changes. He took a long drag from a bubbling pipe and exhaled a plume of noxious purple smoke. Zixnek's crystalline structure vibrated with annoyance. "Ambassador Krog, your sarcasm is neither helpful nor appreciated at this moment." Krog waved a clawed hand dismissively. "Oh, I do apologize, Your Glittering Highness. Please continue with your platitudes while the universe crumbles around us." A tremor shook the council chambers as holograms flickered. Several gelatinous species quivered in their containment fields. A collective gasp rippled through the assembly as the central display lit up, showing a real-time map of the galaxy. Vast seas of once orderly star systems were now swirling vortexes of color that defied description. It was as if reality itself was being torn apart and remade with each passing second. "As you can see," Zixnek continued, her voice strained, "the chaos storms have now consumed over 60% of known space. Our most advanced simulations predict total galactic saturation within the next solar cycle." The Avonoid representative from Nest Prim squawked indignantly. "But that's impossible. In the laws of physics." "More like guidelines at this point," interrupted Dr. Keeks, a tentacled head scientist from the Galactic Research Institute. He slithered forward, his body undulating with nervous energy. "Our understanding of the universe is being rewritten faster than we can document it. Cause and effect are becoming subjective. Probability as well, improbable." A high-pitched keening filled the air as several council members began to lose their composure entirely. Zixnek's crystalline form vibrated at a frequency threatening to shatter nearby data pads. "Order. We must maintain order," she shouted, her voice cracking like ice under pressure. Krog laughed, a sound like gravel in a blender. "Order? Have you looked outside lately? Your transparency order packed its bags and left on the first Quantum Express out of here." As if to punctuate his point, lights in the chamber flickered and changed color, cycling through every hue before settling on an alarming shade of chartreuse. Several council members groaned, covering their various visual receptors. Dr. Keeks cleared his throat, a process involving several tentacles and a disturbing gurgling sound. "If I may, High Counselor, there is one potential solution we haven't yet discussed." The chamber fell silent except for occasional whimpers or squishes from nervous movement. Zixnek turned to Dr. Keeks, hope and dread warring in her crystalline structure. "Speak, Dr. Keeks. At this point we're open to any suggestions, no matter how desperate or far-fetched." Keeks's tentacles twisted into what passed for a grimace among his species. "Well, you see, there is one species that seems to be thriving in these chaos storms." The silence deepened. It became almost tangible. Even Krog sat up straighter, his scales shifting to pale, sickly green. "No," whispered someone in the back. "It can't be." Dr. Keeks nodded solemnly. All 8 of his eyes blinked in sequence. "I'm afraid so. The only species not only surviving but actually flourishing in this new chaotic reality is humanity. The council erupted into pandemonium. Shouts of disbelief, terror, and outrage filled the air as Zixnak's form vibrated so intensely that small shards began flaking off her crystalline body. "Silence," she roared, her voice amplified to painful levels until all present quieted more out of shock than obedience. Krog recovered first. He leaned forward with a predatory grin on his face. Well, well, the monkey-brained dirt walkers finally found their niche. His words hung heavy in the air, a mixture of mockery and intrigue that set off another wave of chaotic discussion among representatives from various planets. As whispers filled every corner of the chamber, some expressing fear while others contemplated alliances, Zixnak struggled to regain control once more amidst rising tensions. "Enough," she shouted again, her voice resonating through every corner like thunder rolling across an open plain. In that moment, the fate of countless worlds hung precariously on what would happen next. The rise of humanity. In the aftermath of Dr. Keeks's shocking revelation, the Galactic Council chamber was a cauldron of emotions. Whispers of disbelief and fear swirled among the representatives, each grappling with the implications of humanity thriving amid chaos storms. High Counselor Zixnak struggled to regain control, her crystalline form shimmering with urgency. "Esteemed colleagues, we must focus," Zixnak implored, her voice echoing through the chamber. "If humanity is indeed thriving in this chaos, we need to understand how and why. This could be our only chance to find a solution." Ambassador Krog leaned back in his seat, a smirk playing on his lips. "What's next? A human-led rescue mission. I can hardly wait to see how that turns out." Ignoring Krog's sarcasm, Zixnak turned her attention to Dr. Keeks. "Can you elaborate on how humans are managing to survive where others fail?" Dr. Keeks nodded, his tentacles twitching with excitement. "Yes, humans possess an innate ability to adapt to chaos. Their history is filled with examples of overcoming insurmountable odds, whether through sheer willpower or innovative thinking. They thrive in uncertainty, often turning challenges into opportunities." The council members exchanged glances, some intrigued while others remained skeptical. The Avonoid representative from Nest Prim squawked loudly. "But can we trust them? They are newcomers to our council. What if their methods lead to more chaos? That's exactly why we need to engage with them." Zixnak interjected passionately. "We must invite a human representative to speak on their behalf and share their strategies for survival. This could be our best chance at understanding how to combat the chaos storms." A call for unity. As murmurs rippled through the chamber, Krog raised an eyebrow. "And what if they fail? What if their so-called ingenuity leads us further into chaos? Wouldn't that be just delightful?" "Enough." Zixnak's voice boomed again, silencing the room. "We cannot afford to let fear dictate our decisions. We must act decisively. I propose we extend an invitation to a human representative, someone who can articulate their strengths and strategies clearly. Who among us is willing to reach out?" After a moment of hesitation, Alex Carter, a human diplomat who had been observing quietly, stood up. His heart raced as he felt all eyes turned toward him. "I'll do it, High Counselor," Alex said firmly. "I'll represent humanity and share our experiences with the Council. We have faced chaos before. I believe we can offer valuable insights into overcoming it together." Krog rolled his eyes dramatically but remained silent as Zixnak nodded approvingly. "Very well, Ambassador Carter. You will address the Council tomorrow at dawn. Prepare your thoughts carefully. This is a pivotal moment for both humanity and our alliance." Preparing for the challenge. As the Council session adjourned, Alex felt a mix of excitement and anxiety wash over him. He had never imagined he would be thrust into such a crucial role so quickly after arriving in this galaxy. In his quarters later that evening, Alex sat down with a datapad filled with notes about humanity's history of resilience, stories of survival against all odds that spanned centuries. He knew he needed to convey not just facts, but also the spirit of humanity's adaptability. "How do I make them understand us?" he muttered under his breath. He recalled stories from Earth's past, tales of explorers venturing into uncharted territories despite overwhelming odds, scientists who persevered through failures until they achieved breakthroughs, communities that rallied together in times of crisis. Each story resonated within him as he crafted his speech, aiming to inspire hope and unity among diverse species facing an uncertain future. Dawn of revelation. The next morning arrived with a sense of urgency hanging in the air as delegates filed back into the council chamber. Alex stood at the podium, heart pounding in his chest as he looked out at the sea of alien faces, some curious, others skeptical. "Esteemed members of the Galactic Council, thank you for this opportunity to speak on behalf of humanity. I stand before you not just as an ambassador, but as a testament to what resilience truly means, even amidst chaos." Alex began, his voice steady despite the pressure. He shared stories from Earth's history, how humanity had faced wars, natural disasters, and societal upheavals, yet always found ways to rebuild and adapt. He spoke passionately about innovation born from necessity, the creation of technologies that turn challenges into solutions. In times of crisis, we have learned that collaboration is key. No one can face chaos alone. It requires unity among diverse perspectives and strengths. Just as my people have learned from our past mistakes, we can learn from each other now. Together we can face these chaos storms head-on. A shift in perspective. As he spoke, Alex noticed subtle shifts in expressions among the council members. Some began nodding along while others exchanged glances filled with intrigue. Dr. Keeks watched intently from his seat. His tentacles quivered in excitement as Alex continued weaving tales of human ingenuity and adaptability. "We are not perfect. We have made mistakes along the way. But it is through those mistakes that we have grown stronger and wiser. If given a chance to work alongside you all, I believe we can develop strategies that will not only help us survive these storms, but also thrive beyond them. Together we can forge a new path forward, a path built on cooperation and understanding." As Alex concluded his speech, silence enveloped the chamber for a moment before applause erupted. A chorus of claps reverberating off walls adorned with intricate designs representing unity among species, building alliances. Zixnax stood up first among those applauding. "Thank you, Ambassador Carter. Your words resonate deeply within this council. We must explore ways to collaborate with humanity moving forward. Your insights could prove invaluable in navigating this crisis together." Krog leaned back in his seat with an inscrutable expression but remained quiet, a sign perhaps that even he was beginning to take notice. As discussions ensued regarding potential alliances between factions and humanity, the atmosphere shifted from skepticism toward cautious optimism. One by one, representatives began voicing their support for collaboration, some sharing their own experiences with chaos, while others proposed joint efforts aimed at mitigating its effects across various planets. Alex felt a surge of hope swell within him. Perhaps this was just the beginning. A chance for humanity not only to prove itself, but also to become integral players within this vast galactic community facing unprecedented challenges together. A new dawn for cooperation. By the end of the session, a sense of unity took root among delegates who had once viewed each other through lenses clouded by fear or distrust. Plans were set into motion for further discussions about forming coalitions aimed at combating chaos storms using combined resources, each faction contributing its unique strengths toward shared goals. As Alex stepped out into the bustling corridors, lined with vibrant species celebrating newfound alliances, he realized that perhaps it wasn't just about surviving chaos anymore. It was about thriving amidst it. Humanity had taken its first steps toward becoming not just survivors, but leaders within this galaxy, a realization dawning upon alien minds who had once doubted their potential. And so began an extraordinary journey, a journey where humans would show that even in chaos, there lies immense opportunity waiting to be discovered. a test of diplomacy. The Council's decision. As the applause from Alex Carter's inspiring speech faded, the atmosphere in the Galactic Council chamber shifted dramatically. Delegates exchanged glances, their expressions revealing a mixture of hope and skepticism. High Counselor Zixnak stood tall, her crystalline form shimmering under the chamber's lights, clearly pleased with the reception of Alex's words. "Thank you, Ambassador Carter. Your insights have opened a new avenue for discussion," Zixnak announced, her voice steady. "We must now deliberate on how to engage with humanity effectively. This council has faced many challenges, but perhaps this is our moment to forge a new alliance." The murmurs intensified as representatives began to voice their opinions. Krog, still leaning back in his seat with a bemused expression, finally broke the silence. "So we're going to trust the humans. How charming. What's next? A dance-off to decide our fate." "Enough of your mockery, Krog," shouted Eldera from the Stormborn faction, her fiery demeanor igniting the room. "If humanity can thrive in chaos, then we should learn from them. We cannot afford to dismiss potential allies simply because they are different." Krog rolled his eyes but remained silent as the council continued to debate the merits of forming an alliance with humanity. Alex felt a surge of determination. He needed to prove that humans could indeed be valuable partners in this galactic crisis. Building bridges. After hours of deliberation, Zixnak called for a vote on whether to invite humanity into a coalition aimed at addressing the chaos storms. The room buzzed with anticipation as each delegate cast their vote electronically. "The results are in," Zixnak announced after a tense moment. "A majority has voted in favor of inviting humanity into our coalition. Welcome aboard, Ambassador Carter." Cheers erupted from several factions, while others remained skeptical. Alex took a deep breath, realizing that this was just the beginning of a long journey ahead. He needed to work hard to earn their trust and demonstrate humanity's capabilities. Now that we have established this alliance, it is crucial that we meet regularly to discuss strategies and share information, Zixnak continued. "I propose we hold weekly meetings where representatives from each faction can collaborate on solutions. Ambassador Carter, you will be instrumental in facilitating these discussions for humanity." Alex nodded enthusiastically. "I will do my best to ensure that our contributions are meaningful and beneficial for all involved. Together, we can face these chaos storms head-on." Cultural exchanges. With the coalition formed, Alex set out to foster relationships among the various factions. He organized cultural exchange events where representatives could showcase their traditions and innovations. The first event took place in a grand hall adorned with decorations from multiple species, each corner reflecting the unique artistry of different cultures. As delegates mingled, Alex felt a sense of excitement. This was an opportunity for everyone to learn from one another. "Welcome, everyone. Tonight's event is all about sharing our cultures and ideas. Let's celebrate our diversity and find common ground," he announced as he stepped onto a small stage. The atmosphere buzzed with energy as representatives began presenting their customs. Some showcased traditional dances, while others demonstrated unique technologies developed by their species. When it was time for humanity's turn, Alex took center stage once more. "For our presentation, I'd like to share some aspects of Earth's culture, specifically our music and art. Music has always been a universal language that brings people together." As he spoke, he played recordings of Earth's most iconic songs, each piece carefully chosen to represent unity and resilience. The melodies filled the hall, and soon delegates began swaying and clapping along. Unexpected connections. Amidst the celebration, Alex noticed Eldara watching intently from across the hall. After his presentation concluded, she approached him with an intrigued expression. "Your music is different but captivating, Ambassador Carter. It resonates with emotion, something we often overlook in our own traditions," she admitted. "Thank you. Music is powerful. It can convey feelings words sometimes cannot express. I believe it can also help us understand one another better, especially during challenging times like these. Alex replied warmly. Eldera nodded thoughtfully. Perhaps we could collaborate on something together, a performance that blends both human and stormborn elements. It might serve as a symbol of our alliance moving forward. Alex felt a surge of excitement at her suggestion. I would love that. Let's make it happen. Together, we can create something truly unique that showcases our strengths. Navigating challenges. As weeks passed and meetings continued among the coalition members, Alex faced numerous challenges while trying to unite diverse factions under one goal: combating chaos storms. One day, during a strategy session focused on resource allocation for storm relief efforts, a heated argument broke out between two factions over territory rights. We cannot allow humans to dictate how we manage our resources. They know nothing about survival in our environments, shouted Xerx, representing Liger. Alex felt frustration bubbling within him, but remembered his commitment to diplomacy. I understand your concerns, Xerx, but I assure you that humans have faced many survival challenges on Earth. We can offer strategies that may benefit everyone involved if we work together instead of against each other. Eldara interjected passionately. We must put aside our differences if we want any chance of overcoming these storms. Humanity has shown us resilience. Let them help us find solutions rather than dismissing them outright. It took time, many discussions filled with tension, but slowly attitudes began shifting as delegates recognized that cooperation might be their only path forward against impending doom. A turning point. During one particularly intense meeting focused on storm predictions and resource management, an unexpected breakthrough occurred when Dr. Keeks presented data showing how certain human technologies could be adapted for use by various factions. If we integrate these technologies into our existing systems, the results could enhance our defenses against chaos storms significantly. We need only collaborate on modifications suited for each environment, Dr. Keeks explained excitedly. The council chamber buzzed with renewed energy as delegates began discussing potential applications and adaptations tailored for their respective worlds. Alex felt hope blossoming within him. Perhaps they were finally moving toward genuine collaboration. A new era begins. As alliances strengthened among factions, cultural exchanges flourished. The atmosphere shifted from skepticism toward optimism across the Galactic Council. Delegates began working together not just on immediate crisis management, but also exploring long-term partnerships that would benefit all species involved. Alex realized that humanity had not only found its place within this vast galaxy, but had also become integral players in shaping its future, a future filled with promise forged through unity amidst chaos. And so began an extraordinary journey, a journey where humans would show that even in chaos, there lies immense opportunity waiting to be discovered.